Hi, we will try again, and if this doesn't work, I don't know what else to do. So let me jump over to Instagram and go live over there. So hopefully this is working better. Okay. So if you're here, that would be great. And okay. So I started my video and got feedback that it was really good, and I went out and came back. And still, the feedback was it was blurry. So I'm starting over without the announcement. And oh, I see somebody is here. So that's really good. All right. Okay. So Miss Susie's here. Okay. Oh, and Miss Roxanne. Okay. She was on earlier and says it looks better. I have no idea. Hopefully, on my end, I look really washed out, but let's put it on here. And there we go. Hopefully that isn't so terribly washed out. And you know what? Let me turn the light down a little bit. And let's see if that's any better or not. Oh, Miss Adelaide says much better. So fantastic. So let's start over as if we never did the other one. Okay. And so I can come back here. Hi. I'm Shelley Godby, and for 23 years, I've been teaching you how to create hand-stamped smiles through my YouTube videos, my Stamping Smiles blog, and my mailing list. Oh, and Miss Mary says it's much better, so that's good. I would prefer good, but we will take better. Okay, fantastic. And so this evening I have for you an elegant gold snowflake card with the Stampin' Up! Frozen Edges bundle. Oh, fantastic. All right. Well, I'm so glad. So let's have a closer look at this. And you know what? Now that we have a new screen, is that straight? There we go. If you would, because I could use some encouragement tonight, please give my video a thumbs up and a share. And thank you for your comments. That's so good. And later I'll go add back in all of the supplies and everything else because now they're not in there, but they're in that other one. Oh, and so hello from Florida, and fantastic. So I introduced myself. I've asked you to like and share my video. You all are here. Okay, thank you, Miss Patricia, that we're doing better. Oh, I wish it was the normal good, but what are we going to do? I did everything. I reset my modem and router and all that good stuff, but it's okay. All right. So we're going to start with some die cutting. So I can't repeat what I did, but I had adhesive sheets that I peeled off and put on the back of this gold foil sheets. And so the catalog, the samples are just beautiful. My favorite is this white on white. I have a thing for that. When you add texture and dimension, and it's not showing up in here as well as I'd like, but you've got that edge, top and bottom, with some of the snowflakes, and just really pretty. And I did want to copy this one, but I thought, no, I want to do my own thing. And so then I thought, well, silver would be nice. Well, the silver foil sheets are temporarily unavailable. So I started looking through my designer series paper and I thought, ooh, look at the gold foiling in here, and the gold foil sheets are available. And this is the Season of Elegance 12 by 12 specialty designer series paper. Isn't this gorgeous? And I thought, I wonder what I could do with that. And my plan was to actually make several cards and pick my favorite, but then I ended up doing leaves for a couple hours. So I do have another card to show you at the end, but I didn't have as many as I'd like. So anyway, this is really a gorgeous die. It's going to die cut this edge and very delicate and lacy. So I have this ready to go into the Stampin' Cut in emboss machine. And I also am using the Greetings of the Season bundle. Now this is an online exclusives where this is from the September through December 2024 Stampin' Up! Mini Catalog. And from herein, we will call it the Holiday Catalog, where this bundle is from the online exclusives. And And after the video is done, I will have a link to the online exclusives because if you're not checking those out, you're missing quite a bit. And so I need both. And on both of these, I store them on these magnet cards that I get from Stampin Storage, a different company from Stampin' Up, but super strong magnet cards. And then I slide them into one of these pockets. You know what? Because we started over, I don't have the links right now under there, but I can show you what I do have. Here are the magnet cards. And so you can scan that QR code and that'll take you right to that. So those magnet cards, wonderful. And then you want the storage pockets, not the sleeves. They're for something else, whether for paper. And but you want the pockets. All right, so there we go. We do have those available to us, so that's so good. All right, and so I'm going to be using both. So let me grab my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. And here we go. And so I could use plate number 1 and plate number 2, but instead, to get to the appropriate thickness, I prefer using my magnetic platform, and I picked that up on picked it up on Amazon, and I can do that. I know I have this here too. There we go. And as I often say, it doesn't make me a perfect die cutter, but it's making me a much better die cutter. So I need a plate number 3. So I'm cutting, so I definitely need to have something to cut into. And, oh, I'm going to say where to go. So this with the adhesive sheets on the back is going to make life a lot better. And let's take this, just easier and quicker. And we also have the icicle. The snowflake is the one I fell in love with. So we'll place this on here. That's looking really good. I've got some more gold foil sheets, and let's cut these snowflakes. There we go. And so they all found a magnet, which is fantastic. And then I need another cutting plate, a plate number 3. Yeah, the magnetic platform is awesome. If you don't have one, you can follow that. And that should put it into the chat, the link to that. And it is my affiliate link, and I would really appreciate if you'd use it. Very, very much. So let's just take these off and finish die cutting, and I can peel everything off in a minute, because then I am using the basic beige cardstock. That is not something I've used a lot, even though I thought it was really pretty, but it is one of the colors in the Season of Elegance designer series paper. So I'm going to use this big tag, and this is so pretty. It's going to do the stitching, make the hole for us. And so, you know, that rough edge is the edge that goes down. Okay, and then we will just feed this right through. And I believe that will be all of the die cutting. So it's just, I love when they do the stitching around. Let's get this out of the way, because it's like it adds a layer to it. And look how convenient this is. Just put these right back on my magnet card so I don't lose anything. So here we go. Let's get that. And let's see what all we've got here. And my Take Your Pick tool is going to come in very handy to push out these snowflakes. And this gold foil, just gorgeous. Isn't that beautiful? So while I'm sitting here poking these out, I can tell you about a couple other things. You know, the Kits collection sale, that ends Thursday. It is almost over. And there are so many fantastic kits. You know, we get 2 new ones every month, and even the ones that we got in October, they're on sale too. All right, and so there, see, that Take Your Pick tool makes things so easy. Oh, and one more. No, I got them all. Okay, that's the little pieces in there. We've got this, and then we'll peel this away. Now this, okay, we want this part. And let's gently, that's with these holes to help push it out and get it going for us. Or This is really delicate. And I mean, and to me, really lacy. It's so gorgeous. Love this die. If you haven't paid attention to this, because it's easier to pay attention to the sweets. I was telling a friend earlier, the sweets have the DSP and all that. And so most of this stays in, but there are little pieces to poke out to make the snowflakes stand out better. But you know what? Let's see how many of them come off with the adhesive sheets. And I don't know what I'd do without my Take Your Pick tool. It is always at my side for everything. There we go. So, and often a lot of those little pieces will come out with it. So it's October 29th. I'm in Michigan. The weather should be a lot cooler, but it was 73 degrees today and sunny and gorgeous. And so how do you not get out there and rake leaves in that kind of weather? Okay. So the Kits Collection sale, you'll definitely want to check that out. Now, I have to admit, when I was designing, I never know where I'm going, and I didn't start with the adhesive sheets. And there we go. Once I get it going, because you just get adhesive everywhere that you want it. Okay, now it's coming. So yeah, yep, outside. And then tomorrow, I believe it's supposed to be 76. I was talking to a friend earlier. I said it's really hard to accept that it's almost November because the weather's so warm. It just isn't typical, but I tell you, I'm thoroughly enjoying every bit of it because raked leaves for a couple hours yesterday. And when the weather's really pleasant, love it. Okay. You know what else we could have used are those sticky dots I often show you. And, if I were doing a bunch of these, that might be where I would go with it. If I had more time, I would have tried this first because I knew it was just so delicate. But it's coming. It's coming off. All right. Okay, it's sticking to me, so I definitely got adhesive off, right? And I didn't get that, but I don't want to keep waiting. So it'll be fine. And clean this up. All right, so I want to set this aside. I've got these ready to go. So now we get to do our stamping. Why didn't I use the brush? Well, I didn't need to, honey, because when I pull off the adhesive sheets, it took out all the little ones. I didn't need to. So that's one nice thing about the adhesive sheets. I mean, every one of these are out. So, I mean, the brush is an option, but I just didn't need to. And that was my expectation with the adhesive sheets that, that's what it does, which is just really cool because that just saves a lot of time. Okay, so I'm going to emboss on here. And so I have the Embossing Editions Toolkit, which is fabulous. So included in here is, oh, you don't need to see. There we go. I don't know how I hit that. The embossing buddy, because the embossing powder wants to stick to, the wet ink. But, if you got any oil in your hands, I didn't put any lotion on, but still, we produce oil. Any oil in your hands, it'll stick to that. And then you're taking a little brush and trying to get it off where this just saves everything. Okay, and if I didn't ask, yeah, I think I did, but thank you, Miss Roxanne. Yes, please do hit the thumbs up and share. All right, so I've got Versamark. This stays wet longer, which is fantastic when you're embossing. And so it'll put down a very faint image, 1 or 2 shades darker than the cardstock. They call it a watermark. And I'm just getting this all good and inked up. a lot more than I'm sure than I needed. I'm going to come up here and stamp. Photopolymer stamps are so cool because we can see where we're stamping. Press down everywhere. And also this month, okay, let's forget that my video was really blurry and I had to start over. But that's the fun of, I really do enjoy what I do. And if you think, oh, that looks like fun, and even if it's just to have friends over, you don't have to do videos and everything that I do. And you'd like to join Stampin' Up, we're having a fantastic special this month that ends Thursday, October 31st. And I'd love to have you join my team and share with you my experience and to help you be successful as you'd like. All right. So coming down here and decorating up this beautiful tag a little bit more. And when I turn that light down, I can't see as well. So hopefully I didn't hit the letters. If I did, I will show you my finished one. All right. So what I have here is the gold embossing powder from the Metallics, or the Basics Wow, Metallics Wow embossing powders. And look at that. That's so pretty. And we haven't even embossed it yet. And look how I don't have powder everywhere, just where I want it. So right now it's just cool because it's stuck to it, but it's when we heat it up, and that's where these come in. There we go. We've got our tweezers so my fingers don't get all too toasty. And I'm using the heat tool. It's a great tool. It puts out, without blowing the powder everywhere, really intense heat, and that's why you want your fingers out of the way. This is nice and strong because it's metal, but the tip is plastic, so the heat doesn't radiate up to my fingers. That is a very good thing. And so look at that gold on the basic beige, which I guess shouldn't be surprising because that's, the color in the DSP with the gold foiling and the Season of Elegance 12 by 12 designer series paper. And these snowflakes, look how, they're so elegant and dainty and lacy too. And so once I see it's melted, I move on. I don't want to, there's no point in keep going. And then I look in the light, here you can see the gold. And if I see anything powdery, I can go back and finish, but I think everything's looking really good. Let me catch this corner just in case. There we go. And so the heat tool, fabulous, fabulous tool. And there we have our greeting. So this card is really pretty easy. Now, I have here the silver and gold and silver 1/8 inch trim combo pack. I try really hard not to do it, but I didn't have a better substitute. This is temporarily unavailable. It will be back. And then I thought, now this is from the online exclusives that will start in November. So I thought, well, here's an alternative as well, the gold twisted thread. So I brought that out for you to see because, the gold is just gorgeous with this. And instead of doing a typical, pull through hanger, I decided to make a pretty bow. And look, that just fits in here so well. This will be back. It'll be back. Because I really do strive when I'm designing to do things that are in stock. And that's why I'm late on some things, like, oops, that's not available. All right, so I'm tying a bow, and I always tie upside down because my tails always go away from my body for some reason. Okay, let's try that again. There. and then we'll fool around with it. I thought about having this all done so I wouldn't fool, but I'll just get to hang out with you a little bit more. And tighten it up, fluff it. There we go. And get ourselves a pretty little bow. This really is pretty. And this silver and gold, another online exclusives. I'm glad it's not just sold out, that it's coming back. You know what? While I'm playing with this, I can explain that. So if you can see it in my online store, which is www.shopwithshelly.com, and it says currently unavailable, it will be back. If you go looking for something and it is just out and out gone, then it's retired. So if it says currently unavailable, it will be back. Now, annual catalog stuff, if the catalog is going and you can't find it, it may be just not, just didn't find quite the right place. Isn't that pretty? But the online exclusives, when they just disappear like that, that's what's going on. Okay, so here is that beautiful gold foiling. Oh, thank you, Miss Molly. And embossing is a favorite. And we'll go ahead and put this on here. And I was tempted to make it, the full cardstock, or the front of the cardstock, but that would have been 4 1/4. Oh, wait a minute. I can see I didn't get that quite straight. We're cutting this down to 4 inches means we're going to be able to do more Christmas cards. And I really like the way it turned out, because I'm going to put this on a base of basic beige. There we go. And you know what? I forgot. I didn't want to put that down yet. Okay. So this, some Stampin' Seal. And put this out a little bit. And I wanted the snowflakes to help cover it. Tuck it in there with the snowflakes covering it. Isn't all this gold gorgeous? And we're not done. We've got some more touches. We have our gold snowflakes and some embellishments. Fantastic. And so then I have, there we go, on here. Now, if you've been watching me for any length of time, how much I just absolutely love Stampin' Dimensionals. And the DSP, it's good DSP, but it's still paper. It's not as heavy as cardstock. And I want to put this up on Dimensionals, so I want to give it some support. So what I'm going to do is I've got some cardstock here, cut a little bit smaller. And speaking of that, come back tomorrow and I'll have a link to my blog post, or just go right to my blog post, which is stampingsmiles.com tomorrow afternoon. And I will have all the measurements as well as a downloadable PDF. So it'll make it easy for you to duplicate. Okay, so now we can use our dimensionals that are right here. And so, okay, so the October specials, I told you about them, right? Kits collection, check those out. I've done quite a few videos of them in this last year. And the new demonstrator special, we're just running out of time for October. My goodness. So I'm peeling these off. And if ever they don't come up easily for you, as they are right now for me, just press down with your thumbnail. That edge pops up, making them super easy to get off. And one in the center for support is fantastic. Oh, Miss Patricia, thank you. You know what? I should be doing more of that. Okay, while I'm talking. I am so tickled silver wasn't available. Because my mind, because you think snow, you don't necessarily start thinking gold, but it's like, oh, I love this. This could so well be. I didn't even tell you what the greeting is. It's the most wonderful time of the year. I do love Christmas. All right, so now we have our little snowflakes. And for that, I got out the mini Stampin' Dimensionals. Here we go. And we'll put one in the center right here. But That's the only one it worked for because these centers aren't quite as big and you don't want any of that sticking out. That's not a good look. So what we're going to do is go ahead and either from the edge or right here, I'm cutting one of these in half, which it's a lot easier to do it from the edge because then you don't have the backing. You know, the backing's on there and you're not gumming up your scissors. Oh, the backing's still on that one though. Okay, put that in the center because you really just don't want to see any of that from the front of your card. That's going to take away from the illusion, right? And right here, again, the take your pick tool, if you don't have one, you really want one. I just don't know what I would do without it. There we go. And so I could have done that with the big dimensionals, but if I've got a product that makes things quicker for me, and that was quicker, you know, having the right size for the one and easy to trim down for the second. We better press that down so the adhesive can come up. There we go. And don't forget, I've got another card to show you. Okay, so this will go right on here. Now the samples in the catalog, they did white, and I think they did snowflakes and silver, but I just love keeping everything in my gorgeous gold for this card. And right here. And so now, well, got to embellish it, right? A little bit more. And here they are. These are the gold textured adhesive dots from the Holiday Mini catalog. And I like to press down so the adhesive sticks to the gem and not to the acetate sheet. And so we have 3 different sizes, so we'll use one of each. Because as Grandma always told us, you do it in odd numbers, much more pleasing to the eye. And a small one, about right here. And there we go. All right. That worked out so well once we got a camera that was going. Oh, there we go. Now you can see all that gold gorgeousness and that lacy, delicate edge die. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so, well, normally I'd say all the supplies, you know what? They will be in just a bit. All the supplies will be below the video and available to order in my online store, www.shopwithshelly.com. So I was playing around with some other DSP when I was trying to design this. And I thought about I've got to get the name. I do. Okay, I've got the right name. Winter Meadow 12 by 12 designer series paper. And I started fooling around and I had die cut in white, the snowflakes. Can you see those? And I just love muted. And I'm thinking, what a great masculine birthday card. Although you could send this to me and I would be thrilled. And so that same idea. And again, I used the dies, Greetings of the Seasons dies. But this time I used the companion Greetings of the Season stamp set. And that's where I got the birthday wishes from. Okay. And so again, an online exclusives that coordinate with these fabulous dies. And that's where I got that. And I decided to keep it all muted with a big splash of color. And well, thank you, ladies. A big splash of color. And I'm thinking this would be really good for my little brother. Because that's the color for our school colors were red and black. And I thought, oh, he will just love this. And he's a Christmas baby. And so he just may be getting this. And so there we go. So elegant gold snowflakes that I'm just so tickled. You know, things just sometimes work out the way they're supposed to. And then a simple card with that Winter Meadow 12 by 12 designer series paper. So I am so glad you all joined me and stuck around and came back when I had to start all over. Really do appreciate that. So let's do, whoops, I'm not sure how to do that. Okay, here we go. There we go. So you can see some of the comments that had come in. And I'm so glad you joined me. I think I just said that, but that's okay. Doing all right for being a little rattled with a blurry screen. What's up with that? That's not good. So, but again, I appreciate you all coming back, and I will get all that information below the video, and then come back again tomorrow, or go right to my blog www.stampingsmiles.com for the measurements and a downloadable PDF that will include the card sketch with the measurements and a picture of the card to just make it so much easier for you to um, make it if you'd like to. And I hope you enjoyed it enough that you will. Well, thank you, Miss Molly. Thank you all. So this is that time of evening that I say, thank you for joining me. I'm Shelley Godby, teaching you how to create hand stamp smiles. Good evening